welcome to the first episode of Teenage Struggle. Aren't you excited? Aren't you excited? Aren't you excited? I'm super happy to be here. Like, it's the first episode of this series, Teenage Struggle. My name is David Gloria, your host for Words on Motion. So before we get right into this, I just want to say thank you to those that has subscribed to this channel. It may look so small, but then it means a lot to me. It means a lot to me. I actually opened this channel about a year ago, and I've not been serious with it, but then I said, okay, let's do this. And since I have been intentional about doing this, it has really grown, and that is because of you. That's because of you. And so I'm saying thank you for subscribing to this channel, thank you for clicking the notification bell, and thank you for always coming around to watch this content. And I'm sure you have always been blessed. You have learned one or two things from the content that we put out here. Thank you so much. And for those that has not subscribed, did I offend you? Please, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe and click the notification bell to get notified whenever we post amazing content here on this channel. Please subscribe, like, and share when you see a content that has blessed you. Don't just leave it to yourself, share it to others, that they themselves too will be blessed by that, blessed by the content that you have been blessed with. Thank you so much. Okay, so teenage struggles, let me give you a background story about this before we jump right into it. Okay, so while growing up as a teenager, I had a lot of questions that bothered me, that I didn't get the answers to. There were a lot of things that ran through my mind. I had I had some funny, like, the questions in my mind were quite funny. Like, it's like I wake up and look at myself and be like, why am I like this? It's like my spirit is asking my body, what you are doing here, what are you doing here, and all of that. And then there were some questions that really bothered me that I really did not get answers to. Those informations I needed at that point in time, I did not get them at that point in time. And so let's just say I was able to maneuver my way and do some treat those matters according to the best of my ability, best of my knowledge or conscience, or whatever you call it. But then I figured that if I had those informations at hand, if I had someone to answer those questions, if I got those informations, those times of my life, those questions, I would have if I had answers to those questions early enough, I would have made the best of decisions at that point in my life. And that brought this series. And it's not like those days I did not really have answers to some questions. Of course, there were some information I got early enough, and that really helped me while growing up not to make those silly mistakes. One of them, okay, let me just tell you one scenario that happened while I was a teenager. As a lady, when my monthly visitor came, when he started coming, when I noticed it for the first time, it wasn't being that I had prior knowledge of that from my teachers in school. Thank God for godly teachers in school too. I had prior knowledge of that when I was in school. I was taught about it, the pains that comes with it. That's for those that comes with pains. Like, we're told that there were some that comes with pains, some don't have pains. I even heard that there are some that sees it on their palms. I don't know how true is that, but then I know that there are some that has those flow from their palms. I don't know, but I was taught that too. So because I knew that when I had it for the first time, it wasn't strange to me. I know that it was my younger sister then that shouted like, blood, you're bleeding, you're bleeding. And because we shared the same room and all of that. Like, I'm gonna tell mommy you're bleeding. Then we can tell mommy you're bleeding. I'm like, keep quiet. I know what it is. I know. And when I saw it for the first time, I did not really feel any pains. It did not come with pains for the first few months. I didn't really feel any pain. So she was the one that I went to tell my mom. I was like, Gloria, is bleeding, Gloria is bleeding. I was like, Mom, I'm not bleeding. So my mom sat me down. Another thing that my mom did, I prayed about, she sat me down and then taught me again on being how to take care of myself, hygiene, what to do when it comes, and all of that. But then I had prior knowledge of it, so it wasn't strange. I wasn't shocked. I was not clueless. And I know that a lot of people had misconception about that. I actually did start having those pains, start having pains after some months, and it was kind of severe sometimes. Sometimes. But I had information. I had known before time. I wasn't those pains did not. I wasn't really looking for answers to questions. I wasn't looking for answers to those questions on why I had pain, because I had those informations already at my disposal. Now, why am I saying this? There's this misconception around for teenagers that when you have pains, you need to do this so that you stop feeling pains. You need to do that so that you stop feeling pains, like all of that. But because I already knew the answers to all of that, I already know, I had those information. I had people that answered those questions early enough in my life. I was not swayed by those informations or those irrelevant informations or those misconceptions that were later springing up from peers and all of that. So there are lots of people out there that a lot of teenagers out there that have been swayed. A lot of teenagers out there that have been swayed because of wrong informations. They have answers, and because they couldn't get those, they have questions, and because they couldn't get those answers from the right source, good and correct answers, godly answers to those questions, they tend to fall to the wrong person. They tend to fall to the wrong people who will give them the wrong counsel and the wrong advice. And so we are here to answer your questions, dear teenager. Those questions that bother you, any form of questions at all that bothers you, and any form of questions that bothers you that you think that you need answers to, so that you can make the best decisions of your life right now. We are here to answer those questions. And also we have an anonymous link for that, so I don't need to know who is sending the questions. Don't worry, I'm not going to know who it is. You can send it to the link. I think I'm just going to drop the link here. If you have any questions that you want us to answer, anything that bothers you, please share with us. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know those. Let us answer those questions for you, as God will grant grace and inspiration, so that you can make the best decisions of your life while you are still young. It's not like that I'm old though. It's not like I'm old. Yeah, like I still do have questions that I would want people to answer, and so when I have those questions, I do go to people and get like, right, well, let's just say right now I have thank God for people. We just say thank God for men. So I have information at my disposal now, better than those days. Thank God for God. Okay, so I won't put the link out there. I got some questions from people, and we also looked out on Google for those questions that are commonly asked by teenagers, and so these are the questions we are going to answer here right now. And I have someone here to answer those questions. Today we are having a guest speaker. She's not who new, Seb. If you know me, you will know her. If you are used to Words of Motion, I am sure you will know her from Facebook a lot. She has featured a lot on Words of Motion. In fact, she's one of my inspirations. She's one. A lot of people inspire me, but she's one of those that inspires me, that encouraged me, and all of that. And I am talking about no other person than Confidence Maye. Oops. Mrs. Confidence Utomi. She is the president or the CEO of the Girl Child Initiative. The CEO of the Girl Child Initiative. I'm sure you know her. I am pretty sure you know her. The Girl Child Initiative is an NGO, a non-governmental organization that deals with the girl child. And she has done a lot. She has won 5 awards in 1 year, just 1 year, and she has visited numerous schools, helped teenagers, encouraged teenagers, counseled, had programs, prayers. Let me not start counting for you. It's been a long Is it long? It's been a wonderful and amazing. She is going to be answering your question today. Aren't you excited? Tell me you're not excited. Okay, let me just hand this over to her right now, and she's going to answer your questions. Don't forget me. I shall come back.
Right, good day. If you are watching this video right now, good day to you. And I really want to thank David Gloria, president of Words of Motion, for this privilege to talk to teenagers about struggles and bringing up my experience. Well, my name is Confidence Utomi, and I'm going to be giving you my experiences while growing up and challenges and I was able to overcome. Thereafter, I'm going to be answering few questions that were sent anonymously to David Gloria. Okay, it wasn't easy actually. I'm going to be very, very fast and brief. It wasn't easy actually. If anybody should tell you it's easy, that person is a liar. It wasn't easy, ranging from family, environment, and the world at large. In the world where we are now, trying to be modest and being pure, it's tagged as old school, you understand? So it's not really easy, and coupled with the emotions and the urges that come from within, it takes the grace of God for one to really survive it. So it's not by yourself. If you want to deal with impurity by yourself, you'll find that you keep falling and rising, but it takes actually the grace of God for you to overcome. There are peer pressures, there are things that will compel you into falling into sexual sin and smoking and stealing and a lot of things that defile the body. It takes a lot of grace and a lot of commitment and determination. It is one thing to have the grace of God, and it is another thing for you to be determined. Yeah, for you to be determined. Back then while I was teenage, I had classmates, I had coursemates that are ready to that are ready to lure me into this kind of life, but then had already said to myself that I have a goal, I have something to achieve, and apart from the fact that I have something to achieve, the world at large is waiting for me. The world is waiting for my manifestation, and apart from the fact that the world is waiting for my manifestation, I have a family. Actually, I'm the first child, and I'm also the first female child. So I have younger siblings that are behind me. So I have to live a life that is worth emulating. Apart from the fact that my siblings are behind me, I have followers in the church. You may not know them. These are the people that you don't see physically. In fact, they don't even engage you, but they just look at your life from afar and they feel like, wow, this girl, she's this, she's that, she's so, oh my god, I wish I can be like this girl. So the moment you make a little mistake in your life, those persons that are looking forward to you, following your footsteps, they will also make mistake. So it's not easy being a teenager. It's not easy. In your classroom, you see boys, if you are a female, you see girls and boys that want to lure you, that keep writing to you letters, giving you a lot of lines. You are the sugar in my tea, the cockroach in my cupboard. Without you, I'm dead. Let them die. Let them do what? Let them die. Because you have lives to live. You have destiny birthed inside of you that they can't wait to come out. You have a lot of things upstairs that people are waiting for you to explore. So the moment you make a little mistake, a lot of things are going to go bad. So it's not easy actually being a teenager. So I'm going to outline few things that teenagers struggle with. One, masturbation. By the grace of God, over the years I've worked with youths. I've heard things from teenage things they struggle with, and one of the things teenagers struggle from is masturbation. Masturbation, in fact, I think there was a time I was counseling a girl, and she was telling me, this girl, if you see her, my God, so beautiful to look upon, endowed, intelligent, everything, but she masturbates. This masturbation is what she struggles with from within, and it has deprived her of a lot of things, a lot of opportunity. Somebody so intelligent, but something that limits our intellectuals is masturbation. What about the one that cannot do without pornography? Yeah, teenagers struggle from pornography, and sometimes they even feel that I'm so used to this thing, I can't do away with it. My dear, not one, not two, not three, not four, I have met, and I'm still engaging with, and by the grace of God, they are doing well. There's nothing you are involved in right now that is against the will of God and against your own will and your body that you cannot do away with. It takes, like I said, it comes from within. It's in the mind. The moment you agree with yourself that this thing, I am not going into it again, I'm not doing it again, and coupled with God and prayers, my dear, you are out of it already. Masturbation, pornography, lesbianism. I've seen teenage girls into lesbianism, even gayism. All these things affect your intellectuals. They affect your growth. Yes, they affect your thinking. They affect your morals. They affect your spiritual life. You want to serve God. You want to know God more. But you cannot serve God and mammon. You cannot serve God and masturbate. You cannot serve God and watch pornography. You have to give in for one. You have to give in for one. So all these are things that teenagers struggle within themselves. Boyfriend and girlfriend. My friends are into it. Hey, see my friend. See the kind of beautiful girl he is going out with. I'm tall. I'm this. I have everything to... Calm down. What made you think you have everything? What makes you think you have everything? What made you think because they are doing it, you have to do it? Oh, of course, if you can't beat them, you join them. That's a lie. Big fallacy. That's a big fat lie. There's nothing like if you can't beat them, then you join them. If you can't beat them, stay away from them. If I be different, you must not be like the world. You must not act like the world. You must not move like the world. Be different. Let people see the difference in you. By the grace of God, I left secondary school without having a boyfriend. Most of my classmates, they have their own. This one have his own. I was the only one standing on my own without a boyfriend. Not because my parents were moralists, and if they discover that I have a boyfriend, they are going to beat me or stop paying my school fees or stuff like that. No, that's not it. I have a goal. I think I my vision, the time I started having my vision about who I was going to become was when I was in SS1 or SS2, if I'm not mistaken. So I was already working according to my vision. I was already working according to God's purpose for my life. So if at that moment I start keeping a boyfriend, I'm already going against the vision God had for me. I'm already going against God's purpose and plan for me. So there's nothing like because they are doing it, I have it. No, your destiny is different from my own destiny. The plans God have for you is different from the plan God have for me. From the moment your mother conceived of you, there's a destiny that have been written concerning you already, and Satan knows that 100%. He knows that this one that is coming is a star. This one that is coming is special. So whatever it takes to pull you off track is what he's ready to do. So the moment you make yourself available for him, he comes in. Satan comes in and uses you. After using you, he dumps you. So please, you are not the first, neither are you going to be the last that is struggling from things like this. But God loves you and he wants you to come out. So I'll use this few minutes I have to answer this question. Somebody said, how do I maintain godly relationship with opposite sex? It comes from your mind. It deals with your mind. How do I maintain? It means every guy that comes your way, you're always thinking, we could go out together. There is no pure motive of you going close to this person. You're always thinking, we could date, we could get along, we could do more than friendship. Yeah, we could do more than friendship. It's not always like that. You can maintain godly relationship with the opposite sex by having a pure and clean heart towards every godly guy that comes your way. If you don't do this, you keep having problems. You keep having problems with any guy that comes your way, because the moment you discover that this person is not having mind for me, is having mind for another person, you want to cut off, you want to disconnect yourself. You keep having problems. So you can actually keep a godly relationship by having a pure heart, godly love, agape love, thinking nothing is going on, nothing can go on between me and this person except God said so. Except God said so. You can actually keep a godly relationship with the opposite sex by not thinking, not assuming, oh my God, look at this brother, we are friends, but then he'll make a good husband, he'll make a good boyfriend, wow, he's so caring. So the moment those thoughts start coming into your heart, you'll be thinking of what? Keeping a relationship. So you can actually maintain a godly relationship with the opposite sex by having a pure heart and living with Christ each day. What does it mean to live a Christ-centered life, and how does that compare to simply being a normal Christian? What does it mean to live a Christ-centered life? Why are we called Christian? We are called Christian because we act like Christ, we do like Christ. So anything you are doing that you know that Christ Jesus did not do this thing, or cannot do this thing, it will help you to watch your step in life. That's the only way you can live a Christ-centered life. You are called a Christian because you act and do the things he does. You live according to his will. You obey the commandment. But the moment you go off track, you stop living, you stop doing the things he asks you to do, know that you have stopped living a Christ-centered life. The next question is, when people talk about God's will, what does that really mean? Does God have a will for your life specifically, or only for the world at large? What does it mean to live in God's will? Okay, I love this question. When people hear the word God's will, the first thing that comes to their mind, marriage. When you mention God's will, the first thing that no, I don't want to get married yet. No. It's not time for me to get married. I still want to live my life. My dear, God's will does not end in marriage. God's will does not end in just praying for the will of God, for the will of God in marriage. It doesn't end there. God's will comes when you are trying to choose a career. God's will come when you are trying to choose a particular course to study in school. God's will comes when you are trying to choose a friend. God's will come when you are what? Choosing a friend. God's will come when you are about taking every important steps of your life. When you're about stepping into something important in your life, that is when God's will come. Do you pray about it? It's okay for you to study medicine because that's what everybody thinks. Your parents want you to study medicine. You are so intelligent, full of life and everything. But is that what God is saying for you? Is that what God wants you to do? Bolanle is a very is free. It can interact. There is no dull moments with Bolanle. When you are with Bolanle, you will just be laughing. God, it's so nice to. Is God saying you should be friend with Bolanle because he knows how to laugh, he knows how to play? Is that God's will for you? You want to choose. You want to choose. You want to go into business. Is God saying you should go into this particular business, or you just want to choose your own? I remember the Bible said that there is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the ends are ways of death. So if you are choosing your own mind, be ready to face your death sentence alone, because he has prepared something for you. Even you know that this is. I think I was talking to. I was counseling somebody. That was before we entered into the new year, or I can't really remember. This particular person knows that this is not God's will, but because our emotions and feelings and everything is already, engulfed around this person, she decided to go in. She knows. I was happy she was able to discover that this place I went is not God's will. This is not what God had for me, but I've already given myself in. I've given everything in. I've opened my leg for this person. In fact, this person took my virginity. You knew it was not God's will, but you entered. So what am I trying to say? Will of God or God's will is not centered around who you are getting married to. It's centered around your decision generally in life. Your decision generally in life. So it's not just about God's will for the world at large. Specifically, I took steps that I know that this is God saying I should go. The marriage I'm in today, by the grace of God, God said go. It was his will for me to go. And apart from my marriage, there's many steps I took in life. I started running an NGO about 2 years ago, and it was I had that vision while I was in secondary school, and it was birthed 4 years ago because God said this is the time. Watch your step. Whatever step you're taking in life, make sure it is God that is telling you to do what? To go. Then the last question I have here is, what is the difference between being a good person and being a Christian? Being a good person, you are just a moralist. I grew up from a moralist. My both parents are moralists, and I think then the only thing we knew was don't lie, don't steal, don't insult, don't give respect to whom it is due, come into the house when you know it's time, don't stay out long and all that. You are just a moralist. You are trying to be a good person. And a time will come whereby that good person you are trying to be will be tested, and you may even fail, or you may even get tired of being a good person. But being a Christian is what? Overcoming the world persecutor. I'm a moralist. I may get persecuted by the world. I may not even know how to overlook or react. But being a Christian, I know definitely I will get persecuted by the world, and I will know definitely that there is a crown laid up for me. All right, there's a crown laid up for me in heaven. So there's a huge difference between being just a good person and a Christian. I'm a Christian. Somebody steps on my toe, I'll be the first person to say, oh, no problem, no problem, it's okay, I'll just go. The person may come again, no problem, it's fine, just go. But being a moralist, somebody steps on me the first time, the second time, the third, I may be tempted to give the person a slap, like, they see face. But being a Christian, I will be able to, adjust, be patient, and just move on with my life. So these are the few questions I have been able to answer, and I want to tell you that it's not easy. Like I said from the beginning, teenage struggles is not easy. And you watching this video right now, you feel that, oh my God, I want to give it all to Christ. I want to stop doing those things, masturbation. I'll be struggling. Yes, you can. It starts from your heart. The moment you say, Lord, I want to follow you, I want to give everything to you, it comes in. It makes it easy. Yeah, it makes it easy. Very easy. I told you it was not easy for me. My friends, my classmates, everybody, my neighbors, classmates, look at you, looking old, older than your age. If I tell many people my age, don't believe. This Christianity have so spoiled everything. They will give you 1001 reason why you have to join the world. But then, when your heart is made up to work for Christ, nothing, I mean nothing, will ever distract you. I pray God will help you. Shalom.
Wow, thank you, Ma, for that amazing time. I'm sure that you were blessed. I'm sure that, in fact, you should be more than blessed, right? I am sure that you are more than blessed. Hope that you are satisfied by the answers you got to those questions that you have asked. I am sure. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mama, for your time. Thank you for honoring our invitation. And thank you again. Thank you to you. Thank you again for tuning in. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe. Press that subscription button. Press it. Please subscribe to this channel and click on the notification bell to get notified whenever we post a new content on this channel. And to my old subscribers, thank you again for tuning in. I love you. Thank you so much again, and until next time, do not miss me too much. Bye.